If you're a man over 60, I'm about to tell you something that might be hard to hear, but it could change your life. Because if your energy is fading, if your blood pressure's rising, and if intimacy with your partner feels like a distant memory, it's not just aging. The truth is, your penis veins might be clogged, just like a blocked artery in your heart. And if you don't do something about it, the problem doesn't just stay in the bedroom. It spills into your confidence, your connection, your sense of being a man. Now, who am I to say this? I'm Dr. James. I've spent over 30 years as a men's health specialist, working with thousands of men across the country, men just like you who thought their best years were behind them. And I'm here to tell you, they're not. Not if you take back control of your body. Because here's the truth most doctors won't tell you. Your performance isn't gone. It's trapped. Trapped behind stiff, aging blood vessels that are starving your most vital areas. But today I'll reveal 4 natural supplements that can help unclog those veins, restore your circulation, and ignite intimacy again. No prescriptions, no procedures. And in just a moment, I'll show you exactly how they work, and why some of the most powerful stories of transformation I've ever witnessed came from men in their late 60s and 70s, not their 40s. Stay with me. What you're about to hear might surprise you, and it might just change everything. Before we go any further, if you haven't subscribed yet, take a second to hit that button and turn on notifications. I share simple, honest health advice made specifically for men over 60, and I don't want you to miss what's coming next. And if you're finding this helpful so far, just type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. So I know how to make this better for you. Your feedback matters. Now that you understand why your circulation may be holding you back, let's talk about how to fix it. I'm going to walk you through 4 natural supplements that I've recommended to countless men over the years. They're simple, safe, and backed by real science. And when used together, they support stronger blood flow, deeper energy, and even restore that quiet confidence you may have lost. Let's start with the first one, a foundational nutrient that your body used to make plenty of on its own, but starts to decline rapidly after age 60. It's called L-Arginine, and here's why it matters more than ever at your age. 1. L-Arginine, the circulation booster. I still remember one of my earliest patients in his 60s, a man named Walter. Strong, proud, retired military. He came into my office with a quiet frustration. He said, "Doc, my mind still wants the connection, but my body doesn't follow anymore." His blood pressure was creeping up, energy fading, and his confidence in the bedroom had nearly vanished. And he wasn't alone. I've seen this same pattern in men across the country. What many don't realize is that intimacy problems after 60 often have nothing to do with desire and everything to do with blood flow. That's where L-Arginine comes in. L-Arginine is an amino acid, something your body once made in abundance. But after 60, those levels begin to drop fast. And when they do, your body struggles to produce nitric oxide, a gas that signals your blood vessels to relax and open up. Without nitric oxide, your circulation slows, oxygen delivery weakens, and the areas of your body that need blood the most simply don't get it. L-Arginine helps turn that around. By boosting nitric oxide production, L-Arginine can help relax and widen blood vessels, improving overall circulation, especially to those smaller, delicate veins in your most intimate areas. Many men begin to notice warmer hands and feet, fewer nighttime bathroom trips, and a stronger, more reliable response when intimacy calls. It's not a miracle pill, see, it's giving your body back something it's missing. Walter started with just 1,000 milligrams a day, taken in the morning. After 3 weeks, he came back into my office with a grin. He said it's like someone turned the power back on. His blood pressure stabilized, his energy returned, but most of all, he felt close to his wife again. Not just physically, but emotionally. That's the power of circulation. It doesn't just move blood, it revives connection. L-Arginine laid the foundation. but to truly amplify its effects and keep nitric oxide levels steady throughout the day, there's a second supplement I always recommend right alongside it. It works hand in hand with L-Arginine, and some say it even works better. Let me tell you what it is, and why it might be the missing link for lasting intimacy. If you're still here and this message is resonating with you, just type the number 1 in the comments so I know you're with me. Your feedback lets me know these words are reaching the right hearts. Now let's keep going and talk about the second supplement you need to know about. 2. L-Citrulline, the nitric oxide amplifier. After Walter had been on L-Arginine for a few weeks, he was already feeling better, but like many men, he wanted to keep building on that progress. That's when I introduced him to something I consider the silent partner in restoring blood flow, L-Citrulline. Now, here's what makes this supplement so powerful, especially after 60. While L-Arginine helps your body produce nitric oxide directly, L-Citrulline actually does it more effectively. It gets converted into arginine inside your kidneys, giving you a slower, more sustained release of nitric oxide. In plain English, it helps keep your blood vessels open longer, more consistently, and with less of the peak and crash some men feel when taking arginine alone. This matters deeply for circulation, not just for heart health or blood pressure, but for the smaller veins and arteries that support your performance, your responsiveness, and your ability to stay physically close with the person you love. Because real intimacy, the kind that still matters deeply even after 40 years of marriage, depends on confidence. And confidence, at its root, depends on blood flow. When Walter added just 800 milligrams of L-Citrulline each morning, the changes became even more noticeable. He described it like this: "It's not just that things are working again, it's that I feel present, I feel in control again." And I've heard that same line, or something close to it, from hundreds of men over the years. You see, the supplement isn't just about circulation. It's about reclaiming that part of yourself that still wants to feel alive, wanted, and strong. The part that doesn't believe intimacy has an expiration date. For many men, L-Citrulline is the missing link that brings balance, consistency, and a renewed connection, both to their partner and to themselves. But as powerful as these first 2 supplements are, there's another one that plays an entirely different role. While arginine and citrulline focus on the blood vessels, this next one works on your energy, drive, and desire, and it's been used for centuries by men who refuse to grow old quietly. Let's talk about it. 3. Panax Ginseng, the energy and desire reviver. I've always believed that restoring blood flow is only part of the equation. Because what good is circulation if you don't feel the desire, the spark, the drive to connect again? That's where Panax Ginseng has become one of my most trusted tools in helping older men reignite not just their performance, but their passion. I remember a patient named Harold, 72, who came in after trying both arginine and citrulline. His blood pressure had improved and he noticed some positive changes, but something was still missing. He leaned in, almost embarrassed, and said, "Doc, I want to feel the urge again. I want to look at my wife and feel something stir, you know?" That's when I introduced him to Panax Ginseng, known for centuries in Eastern medicine as a natural performance enhancer, but just as importantly, a restorer of masculine energy. What makes Panax Ginseng different is that it doesn't just affect the physical side. It helps regulate stress, supports hormone balance, and boosts natural energy at the cellular level. That combination helps improve blood flow and revive your mental connection to desire. For men over 60 whose testosterone levels and energy reserves are slowly declining, Panax Ginseng can be a game changer. Taken regularly in around 200 to 400 milligrams daily, it has helped countless men feel more alive, more mentally sharp, and more emotionally open to intimacy. Not forced, not artificial, just natural vitality returning after years of fading in the background. Harold came back to see me 2 months later. This time he wasn't quiet or uncertain. He smiled wide and said, "I feel like I've woken up from a fog." His wife, sitting beside him, just nodded. No words needed. That's the beauty of Panax Ginseng. It doesn't just make you function again, it helps you feel again. That deep, quiet sense of connection that so many men fear they've lost forever. And yet, even with stronger blood flow and restored drive, there's still one more piece to complete this puzzle. One more nutrient that powers every heartbeat, every moment of energy, every movement of your body. Without it, nothing truly lasts. Let me show you what it is. If you're still with me and finding this information valuable, go ahead and type the number 1 in the comments. It lets me know you're here and that this message is reaching you. Now let's keep going and move into the 4th supplement you need to know about. 4. CoQ10, the heart's energy source. By the time we get to this final supplement, most men I speak with already feel something waking back up inside them. Better blood flow, stronger energy, even that familiar sense of closeness returning. But there's one last piece that ties it all together. A nutrient your body used to produce easily but now struggles to keep up with. It's called CoQ10, and it fuels the very engine that keeps your blood moving, your heart. I met Richard, 68, a retired truck driver, not long after his doctor put him on cholesterol medication. He told me, "Doc, I thought I was doing the right thing, but ever since I started these pills, I've got no gas in the tank." I knew immediately what was happening. Statins, while helpful for lowering cholesterol, also deplete the body's natural stores of CoQ10. And when that drops, your heart can't generate energy efficiently. Blood flow weakens, fatigue sets in, and intimacy? That's often the first thing to go. I explained to Richard that CoQ10 is like a spark plug for every cell in the body, but especially in the heart. It helps generate ATP, your body's raw energy, and plays a direct role in keeping blood vessels flexible and oxygen-rich blood flowing where it's needed most. At his age, and especially on medications, his levels were likely running on empty. He started taking 100 milligrams of the ubiquinol form daily, the most bioavailable version, and within a few short weeks, he came back with color in his face, a stronger handshake, and something else I couldn't miss: pride. He looked at me and said, "I can make it through the day again, and the nights, well, let's just say my wife's sleeping better too." CoQ10 doesn't just help you feel alive, it helps you stay connected. It supports circulation, reduces fatigue, and gives your heart the stamina it needs to do its job. Not just pumping blood, but supporting intimacy, purpose, and vitality with every beat. And now that you've learned what these 4 powerful supplements can do for your blood flow and your connection after 60, the question becomes, what do you need to do today to put this into action? Because knowing is one thing, but doing, that's where the change really begins. 5. What you need to do today. If you've made it this far, I want to tell you something straight from the heart. This isn't just about supplements, it's about deciding that you're not done yet, that you're not willing to sit back and watch your energy, your confidence, or your connection quietly fade away. Because even at 60, 70, or beyond, there's more life to live, and more of you to give. The 4 supplements I shared with you today, L-Arginine, L-Citrulline, Panax Ginseng, and CoQ10, are not magic pills, but together they form a foundation, a way to support your blood flow, nourish your heart, restore your energy, and yes, help you feel close again, physically and emotionally. They work best when you work with them. That means consistency. That means intention. That means believing you're still worth the effort. Start simple. If you can, pick up 1 or 2 of these today. Add them into your morning routine. Give your body the building blocks it's been missing, and give yourself the permission to hope again, because I've seen what happens when men stop settling and start showing up for themselves. They don't just improve their circulation, they reclaim their presence in their own lives. Take a walk, drink more water, get good sleep. Look your partner in the eye and say, "I'm not giving up on us." These aren't just health tips, they're reminders that who you are and how you feel still matters deeply. The moment you decide to act, that's when momentum begins. And no, it won't happen overnight, but it can happen. I've seen it with my own eyes in men who are quiet, tired, withdrawn, and who now stand taller, laugh louder, and love more fully than they have in years. So take that first step. Start today. And if you're wondering how to put all of this together into something sustainable, something that becomes part of your lifestyle, I've got one more message for you. What I'm about to share may be the most important part of this entire journey. Stay with me. Conclusion. If you've stayed with me this far, I want to thank you, not just for watching, but for listening with an open heart. I know these conversations aren't always easy. It's not simple to admit when something feels off, when energy dips, when intimacy fades, or when you just don't feel like yourself anymore. For a lot of men, especially those of us past 60, it's easy to fall into silence. To think, well, maybe this is just how it goes now. But I'm here to remind you it doesn't have to be. Today, I shared with you 4 powerful supplements, not because they're trendy, not because I read about them in some glossy magazine, but because I've seen what they can do firsthand. I've seen men, just like you, take back their strength, their energy, and their connection, starting with small steps and a bit of belief. L-Arginine and L-Citrulline to open the blood vessels and get circulation moving again. Panax Ginseng to bring back that spark, that inner fire, that quiet confidence. And CoQ10 to fuel the heart, the muscles, and everything in between. These aren't exotic miracle cures. They're tools. Tools your body knows what to do with. Tools that work with you, not against you. Tools that don't try to mask symptoms, but support your natural ability to heal, to perform, and to feel connected again, not just physically, but emotionally. But even more than the supplements themselves, I hope what you've taken away from this is something deeper. That your health, your presence, your closeness with the people you love, they're worth investing in. They're worth showing up for. I've worked with men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s who've seen dramatic improvements in just a matter of weeks. And it's not because they turned back the clock, it's because they changed their mindset. They stopped believing that their best years were behind them. They stopped listening to the quiet voice that said, "You're done," and they started listening to something stronger, something hopeful, something that said, "There's more for you." I know what it feels like to look in the mirror and see someone you don't fully recognize anymore, to wonder where the man with energy, strength, and presence went. I've had those moments too, and I'm here to tell you, he's still in there. Maybe he's quieter now, maybe life has worn him down a bit, but with the right support he can come back, not as a version of your younger self, but as a stronger, wiser, more connected version of who you are now. Because aging isn't the end of vitality, it's the invitation to live more deliberately, to be more present, to love deeper, to move with purpose. And that's what this is really about. Blood flow, intimacy, energy, they're not separate parts of life. They're all tied to one thing, feeling fully alive. So if something in this message struck a chord, if you found yourself nodding along, remembering what it felt like to feel truly connected, truly confident, don't let that feeling slip away. Act on it. Reclaim it. Let this be the moment you stop settling for slow decline and start building the version of your life you still deserve. Start small. Start today. But start. Because the truth is, you're not running out of time. You're standing at the beginning of something new, and the best chapters might still be ahead of you. And I'll be here, every step of the way, to help guide you through it. You're not done. You're just getting started.